those who will join us. Okay. So today we are going to look at.
Cool, right on. Just going to say, Alfred, before we jump in, I'm going to have to leave a little early today because I have a 3 o'clock class and I haven't eaten anything.
Sure.
So I'll be here, and I didn't think I'd be leaving you alone, but I will be here to check all this out until I have to go.
I am very fine by that. Don't worry.
Awesome, and it has been a really enjoyable conversation. So thank you. I look forward to more in the future.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you also. So, do you have any question from yesterday?
All right, let's get into it. No, I feel good about it, man. I've been reading ahead because this is the most exciting thing that I'm doing with my day.
Yeah.
So let's get into it. Yeah.
I can see that you had a very wonderful base and background yesterday. I loved it. Keep it up. You're already a Hebrew scholar. Okay, so today we are going to look at the vowels. And before Hebrew started, it started with things like this. The vowels were not clear. It was just consonants, and they tried to make signs and other things to signify something they want to talk about. So if you look at this test, you could see that there are some couple of vowels, but they are not enough. They are this was something pulled from the current Bible, the Hebrew Bible, and that is different from the earliest and original text of it. So how do we read vowels or read words without vowels? I'm using Dr. Bree's notes quickly. Now, when you see this, you quickly know that this is New York City because it's a combination of consonant. There's no vowel, but you can guess that, oh, we are talking about New York City. When you look at the last one, you can guess that we are talking about Martin Luther. So the vowels help us to easily pronounce and connect words together to make meaning. And that's what we are going to do today. So we are going to look at how vowels behave. So we have 3 classes of vowels. We have the shorts, the long, and the super short, or the Shiva vowel. Some people say the Shiva vowel. So in any case, you don't need to know whether this vowel is a short or a long or a Shiva. All that you need is to identify that it's a vowel. Because when you are translating, no one asks you whether it's a short or a long vowel. It's just for the purpose of our understanding. So with short vowels, all those in red are the vowels that we are going to talk about. So we are using baits to illustrate how the vowels behave under the consonants. So the vowels can come under the consonants. It can come on the consonants. So these are some of the things that we should know. So like the English vowels, we have the A class vowels, the E class vowels, we have the I, the O, and the U class vowels. So the short vowels have all the classes of vowels, the A, I, E, O, and the U. So now the first one we're going to look at is the sego. The sego in Hebrew appears to be like 3 small dots. What is in red? That's how the sego appears to be. 3 small dots. And so in this context, you pronounce this as B. B. So that is the E class vowel. So all that you have to know for now is that this is E class vowel. You don't even have to memorize the name, but sometimes it's good for you to know that this is sego, this is Eric or something. But the purpose of this class is for you to identify that these 3 dots these 3 dots is the E class vowel. And that's the best way to go. The next one is this, the Heric. Some people say Heric, the Heric, and that is the I class vowel. So you pronounce this as B. This is B and B. So bits, B, A. The I class vowel, yeah, and beats, bet, right, the E. So the E and I class vowel. Then we have the pata. The pata is like a little bit dash under the consonants. So the pata is the A class vowel, but so the pata. And we have the U and the O class vowel. The U is like slanted 3 dots. I hope you can identify it. Good.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
kibbutz is called kibbutz. So when you think of kibbutz, think about the U. And when you think of pata, think about the A vowel. And it is one of the simplest way to identify them. And the last one is the O class vowel, kames hatuf. Body, that's the O class vowel. Take note of this kind of vowel, because there's another vowel that appears the same as this. So I don't know if you can practice something to see. Let me end this one and connect it.
Can I ask a question on that one really quick?
Yeah.
Or a couple of questions. One is, I've seen segol written with an H after the G. I think even in our book, it has an H after the G. Does that make it a harder G, segol, instead of segol?
Okay, I think, yeah, your concern is right. Sometimes some people are very careful about how they pronounce it. And some professors like Dr. Breed just want it to be simple, segol, for you to get it. Because the purpose, as I said, is not for you to know how to mention the name of the vowel to be segol, but how to know which class of vowel it forms, whether A, E, or I class vowel, so that you can be able to pronounce a Hebrew word.
Cool. Let me still ask you a couple pronunciation questions, though.
Yeah.
Because
we are here for that. So
when I see the H with a dot underneath it in the transliteration, like with a hirek, normally I would read that as hirek, with that extra in there of the kind of l'chaim.
Yeah,
I want to make sure.
You know?
Okay. So it's not hey, it's het.
Yeah. Like you are
excellent.
Something up.
Yeah, it's actually our J sound in Spanish as well. So
okay.
it's the same thing. And then with the S with the dot underneath it, that's like a tzadi, right? Like
This
so,
one?
like kibbutz or kametz.
This one, kametz.
Yeah, that one or the one above kibbutz.
This is the tzadi. Kametz.
Okay.
Too.
Okay.
Go.
And then the tip that I had for people is for kibbutz. I always think about the kibbutzim, right? In Israel, when you have to go and all live together in the same house. So that's all 3 of you fitting into the same house is the kibbutzim, right? Wow. For the 3 dots. It won't help you with segol, though.
Yeah, they're very good for Hebrew. It helps you to try to memorize them and all that. It's very good, and I'm glad that you have started identify some mnemonics for the class. It's going to really help you. And one thing that I did and became successful in Hebrew was that I was playing with it. Even when I'm free, I try to, as soon as I know a certain Hebrew word, even if I'm speaking to my ordinary friend who is not a student of the seminary, I try to let them know that I'm learning Hebrew, you know?
Absolutely.
So when they are celebrating their birthday, I'll be sending them Yom Samek. Yom Harek happy birthday, trying to let them know that, hey, I'm learning Hebrew, you know.
Fantastic.
Kavod Elohim, glory be to God. I try to make it part of me. And that's how language is being
beautiful.
To make it part of you.
Beautiful.
That's exactly what you are doing. So are you okay with the signs, or let us practice all together?
I feel really comfortable with them right now, but if you want to practice for the class, we can absolutely do that. It's whatever you want to do.
Yeah, so let's practice something small for the class.
Cool.
Good. I trust. Good. So we are going to look at the short vowels, right?
Mm.
Mm-hmm. And the first one we are going to look is the sego, which is like this. And so if you want to you get it? So this bit, the E class vowel. The E class vowel. Then we go to the next one, let's say Hirik, right? Hirik. Hirik is like one dot, simple dot like this. And like, good. Hirik. Then we get what we call bit. That is the I class vowel. Now, let's go to the pata. There are some people who add H to pata.
Patach.
Yeah. Pata. So that one is simple, like this, a short dash that comes under it. And we get the, let's say, father, the A in father. Yeah. Then we have, from pata, we go to kibbutz. And you gave a very good mnemonic way for us to remember that. Good. So, kibbutz. And when we are writing the kibbutz is the, what do you call it? The U class vowel. So 1, 2, 3, like a slanted. Let me do it well. So it will follow like a group of players going to the field to play. And that's the U class.
Absolutely. You could also say that the dots go down, they're going under. Under starts with a U.
Sure. Good. Thank you. Thank you for that. Then we see the Kames Hatuf. Kames Hatuf. And that is simply like this. So it appears this and this. And that's the O class vowel. As simple as that. So that all that we need to know is to identify whether it is E class, I class, and it will help us to pronounce the Hebrew vowels, and we'll be okay with that. Then let's go to the next class of vowels. So we'll look at the long.
So moving on to long vowels.
Yeah.
Very good.
Okay, so let's look at this vocalized. Let's say this aloud. So this is tzedek. So tzedek.
Tzedek.
Tzedek. And this is the I class vowel, which is Hirik. So we don't need Hirik. All we need is this is I class vowel. So this is E. So E and the last, what consonant is this?
Memsfot.
Meme. Good.
The final meme.
Yeah, final meme. So this is M. Then this is pata. So we have the pata and we have the final form. Yesterday I said that the ayin and the aleph goes with the vowels they come with. So because this is ayin, what we pronounced wasn't the ayin, but we pronounced the vowel M. And the same apply to this am. Then we get the U class vowel kibbutz. So goal. Yeah, goal. So that's one of the ways we can use to vocalize it. Then if you have the long vowels, the long vowels are just three, the E, A, and O. So we have something that looks like sego, but this is seric. That is direct 2 dots under there. Instead of the sego is 3 dots. 3 dots arranged in a triangular form. But this one is a direct linear 2 dots. and that is this E class vowel. And look at the difference between this E and the first E. The first one was the normal E, B, E. And this one, the pronunciation is A, A, B, A. Then we have another kames. Have you seen this anywhere? This.
Yeah, so that's also kametskaton.
Good.
That's so the short O.
Hatuf. Good. It's like exactly like this. But one thing, somebody will ask, how will I be able to identify it? As time goes on, you know when to use kamet or when to. It will come by itself. So
whenever you have a closed, unaccentuated syllable, then you'll be ready to do it.
You get it right. So you have the bats, the A class, the A. And the only one vowel that appears on the top of a Hebrew consonant is the holum. Holum. And that is the O class vowel as well. Now, somebody asked me this question. Let me show you to you. Let me stop this. Then.
One thing I was going to say before we leave those vowels is the ways that I remember them.
Yeah.
Is that for cholim, it's the O, like over, and that's the only one that ever goes on top.
Wow, good.
And it is an O.
Good.
And then for tsere, you have the two dots. And so what I had problems with in the beginning was keeping that separate from the shva. And so I remember that the shva is sideways, like it's a wall stopping you from going. Whereas sere is long and it just lets you go right on through.
Oh, yes. Yes. Good. That's wonderful mnemonic. So let's assume that we have shin, right? Sin. So where is the holum going to be? Sorry. Where is the holum going to be placed?
The cholim would be in the sin position, unless it's a cholim from the previous letter, where it would be in the shin position.
Yes, wonderful. I think that helps also in identification. And as we go on, we will learn another class of vowel that are the consonant vowels, like rish, the vav, and the he. There are some class of vowels that we place or that can be pronounced like O and U class vowel. For example, when you see a vav letter like a vav like this, it is
Shurik.
Then when you see a vav like this replaces, or this is like the holum O, the O class vowel. So that's one thing I wanted to show you quickly. Let's do one last thing, then we can end the class for today so that you can prepare for your next.
Oh, we're storming through it today. Fantastic.
Good. So in some rare instances, the hirik and the kibbutz can function as long vowels, but 99% of the time they are short. So assuming that they are short. And as I said, in any case, it's not so important to know whether it is long or short vowel. All that you have to know is that holum is O class vowel, bo. So that's how I'm going to pronounce it. And that's all that matters. So these are the same class vowels, the kamets and the kames hatuf, the A and the O class vowel. So as I said, how do I identify it? As we go on, you'll be able to do that. Let's vocalize this, and I think we can stop here and go and rehearse, because we have tomorrow, we have Thursday and Friday to complete the vowels. And we've almost covered the vowels. We are left with the Shiva vowel, which is very similar to whatever we have seen. And if you're able to know the long and the short, what we have discussed, well, the Shiva vowel is not going to be difficult because the Shiva is the reduced form of the vowels that we have studied. So when you see this is Yod, so Yad in Hebrew,
Yad
is your hand. Then the O class were the holum, so hawk, hawk. This is kite, so hawk. Good. Sometimes it's difficult to. And this one, somebody can Bane. Yeah, Bane. Good. Now, David. So the A class, that is Kamets, the Herik, and this is a consonant. So David. So when you start with syllables, yes, when you start with syllables, you know that all that you need to identify when to stop a syllables and when to start is your vowel and your consonant. So when you're able to know your vowels well, you are going to do so well because every syllable must start with a consonant and must end with either a vowel or a consonant. So they and read. So if you see any Hebrew word and you want to syllabic, I don't know how to put it, but if you see any Hebrew word and you want to pronounce it in the form of syllables, these two things are going to help you. Your vowels and your consonants. Good. So far, this is what we have learned. We have learned the A class vowels. We have learned the I class vowel and the U class vowel. You know, in Hebrew identify all the vowels into three. But for the purpose of teaching, we try to connect it with the English way. English has five vowels, right? But all the five vowels are identified in the three Hebrew vowels. So we have the A, I, and the U. So you can see that Pata is A class vowel. Kamet is A class vowel. Then Sego is E. Serik is E. And Herik is I. Sorry, it's I class vowel. Then the U, we have the Kames Hatuf. We have the Holom. And we have the Kibbutz. So all the O and U are under U class vowel. All the I and E are under I class vowel. And all the A are under A class vowel. As I said, in any case, we don't need to know this distinct definition, whether it is I or O or E. All you need is to identify that when I see this, this is A. When I see this, this is E. When I see this, this is A. When I see this, this is U. When I see this, this is ow. When I see this is O. That's all that you need to know. And as the class continues. So we will end here. I don't know if you have any other question or any other concern, or there's something you want me to do, or you want me to improve on or something.
Well, I really appreciate your time. I think I'm all set for questions right now. Except when are we planning on meeting this week? Is it every day, or is it just Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday?
For now, I have to ask Dr. Breed, and as I said, we have to reason together as a class. What do we think would be the best for us? Do we think, because for now, the meetings have been scheduled from Monday to Friday, Monday to Thursday. Then we will all meet Dr. Breed on Friday. So when we meet, I don't know if I can send emails, or I'll ask permission from Dr. Breed and do that. We have to rethink about whether we want to meet regularly or twice a week or once a week, because I know most of you have other classes. And you know, CTS, you have to do a lot of reading and do a lot of forum discussions and all that.
Absolutely. That's what I'm headed to go do right now.
Yes. Well, do have a good one, and I will see you maybe tomorrow.
Absolutely. All right. And thanks so much, Alfred. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.